If you find yourself with a camera in your hand and want to learn how to use it, please subscribe to this channel, like the videos, comment below. Hi Photos photographers. Today we're talking about food photography. So we're going to be doing the 3 tips real quick. This is not by any means the end-all tips for food photography, but these 3 tips real quick, and then we'll go into what they are in detail. Identify what visually sets apart or sets off the senses of the person looking at the photograph. That could be whether there's, let's say, food photography, for instance, being pizza. So you show the final pizza on the cutting board being cut, or perhaps you want to set off a little bit of the sense of a smell. So you, let's see, the best smells of a pizza are going to be browned cheese or the browning meat. For instance, in photography, it's a little bit hard because you want to set off a sizzle. In the food sales, they often say that you don't sell the food item, you sell the sizzle, but you can't sell the sizzle without the item. So that ties into photography because photography is all part of the advertising aspect of it. So visually, how do you create the effect of when somebody looks at something, they hear a sizzle? That's part of what I'm talking about as far as identifying what sets off the senses. Lighting is key. So depending on what you're lighting, food photography, product photography, never light directly from the front. And that's one reason why we suggest never using the pop-up flash on your cameras that are in front of the hot shoe. It's not a good lighting effect. Look for other lighting effects that are going to better set off the food photography. Perhaps I'll do a reaction to some of the food photography videos I've come across. It would actually probably be a good idea. And let you see some of what other people are talking about. And I'm not saying by any means don't go out and search these things. It'll give you an idea of their personality and their thought process of setting up a shot versus mine. I think it would actually be a good thing for y'all to see both perspectives of what I could find. You know, both are right, just 2 are different styles. It's not a problem at all to have a different style and setup. You might just find that your style works better in one market and somebody else's style works better in another. So even in that regard, don't hinder yourself in selling photography or your services, the photos as products that you put out as being in competition with other people. You have your own distinct style, and that's what you're selling. You're not selling anything else. You're selling your work, the way that you produce it. Nobody else does it like you do. So don't put yourself down or have any of those thoughts negatively toward you or your products, what you do, because that's one reason I keep pushing, encouraging. Well, pushing may be a little bit too negative, but that's why I encourage you to find your own style, your own niche. Don't just do what I do. And I'm not pushing that either to keep y'all from being in competition with me. I have my own direction in pushing the services that I sell, so I'm not worried at all, and that's in fact one of the reasons why I'm teaching. If I were concerned about y'all being my competition, I wouldn't tell y'all what I was doing or how to improve, period. But the last of the 3 tips are, you've heard the phrase such and such is king. In other words, this is very important. Don't let anything else take priority over what you're doing until you get this one detail in place. Well, environment is not king. It is very important though. So I'm going to twist that phrase, such and such is king, and say environment is queen. In other words, you don't want to just set your cutting board with a pizza you just pulled out of the oven to showcase. Maybe it's not distinctly a DiGiorno pizza or whatever you got from the store, but you still want to get that you pull the pizza out of the oven and you go, oh, that's a sizzle shot. You know, go grab your camera, get the lighting set up just right while the pizza's still hot and steaming right out of the oven, and get that shot. But environment is queen. So if you've got a good rustic background to shoot against, that's perfect. If you've got something that looks a little bit Sicilian for landscape or coloration or house decor, you know, that's even better. Although that's mainly an American idea. Just to give you a heads up, that pizza is Italian, and while there are a lot of Italian stores that do pizza here in the U.S., you go over to Italy and you order pizza, is not at all what we have over here. So just be aware of that. So that concludes our 3 tips for today. Identify what visually sets off the senses, number 1. Number 2, lighting is very important. We kind of almost went into that same phrase as we did with the environment, but lighting is key. So that's tip number 2. Number 3, environment is queen. So yes, you've got your pizza, you set up the light to showcase the pizza, and everything is pointing towards the pizza, but whatever other detail everybody's eyes pick up from around the pizza, it looks natural in place, and nothing's out of place to distract from looking at and going, oh, a slice of pizza really sounds good right now. So thank you so much for watching, and we look forward to see your comments down below of how this content has added to your photography, and give a thumbs up so that other people can like it and watch it. And if you're not yet a subscriber, we would love to have your subscription. Thank you so much. God bless.